Well guys, with Naruto Shippuden over and moving on to the next generation, we have to understand that most of the couple showcase were predictable in some aspects in the way it was presented, and some may be rushed. They all just ended up in pairs with not much backstory to flesh it out. For example, Rock Lee and Tenten, as we had gone balls deep into this topic in our previous video, and that isn't even the case as you presume so definitely check it out. However, there is one thing that is literally in all of our minds, and I guess as Naruto fans we are all guessing mainly because that Kakashi, one of the sexiest characters in Naruto series, why hasn't Kakashi, one of the most popular characters in the series and in my top 5 favorite personally, hasn't found love in the Naruto series? Let's go right into it and make a theory. So Kakashi Hatake, he's one of the most memorable characters in the Naruto series, and this could simply be because of his simple attire, which would have gotten any child hooked when watching the Zabuza arc when they were younger. The ninja mask in which he wears all the time just really shows off how cool he is, to be honest, along with his spiky hair that doesn't ever mess up. And I know it's an anime, but I kinda expected some character flaws, and he does have them. Kakashi is known to have quite a disturbing childhood, as he had gone through many traumatic events at an early age, like most anime characters. This could be one of the tropes and many reasons why Kakashi still hasn't found love. Let's be real here, from my point of view, Kakashi is hooked to his ninja life and he's now a Hokage, and he probably can't settle down just like his students Naruto and Sasuke have. At an early age, Kakashi had already experienced so many events which made him much more mature compared to his peers. With the suicide of his father, the White Fang of the Hidden Leaf Village, it made him resent everything his father went for, and that it caused him to have that lone wolf essence to reside within him. He also wasn't brought up with a mother, as she had died earlier on in Kakashi's life, probably when he was still a baby. Although he was all alone, this allowed him to adapt to any type of environment. I guess you can say he had a similar mindset as Naruto and Sasuke when they were young, which made him relate to them, and he was kinda a perfect choice for him to be their sensei. He had also witnessed the death of Obito, whilst also having to kill Rin under the circumstances that she could self-destruct on the Hidden Leaf Village because of the tailed beast inside of her waiting to erupt. So he witnessed 2 of his best friends die. His upbringing as a young shinobi made him quite antisocial. Even in the beginning of the Naruto series, when he was first introduced, he would never put any facial expressions on, and also obviously he had the mask on, but most of them seemed forced. He locked his emotions away so that it would not interfere with him and his missions for the village. Kishimoto admittedly did this on purpose to Kakashi as his character in the series in order to make him like a strict and harsh teacher, but it gradually opened up his character and diverted his persona to make him seem more of a better sensei and more happy. Another episode you need to remember is Naruto Shippuden episode 191. It's called Kakashi's Love Song, and it was seen that an odd character had entered the village through the shinobi force due to a crime. Once Kakashi had set his eyes on her, there was no going back for him, because he then started to have flashbacks of him and her as kids. This weird looking gypsy was called Hanare. Hopefully I pronounced that right, but in this episode, if you guys can remember, it caused chaos as so many people out there, even myself, began to ship them together. Just like Kakashi, Hanare was brought up without a parents or even grew up in a village, as she was trained from an early age in the art of espionage. In this episode, it is seen that even her beauty was admired by Naruto and Sakura, but Sasuke was having none of that shit. That's why people think Sasuke and Naruto were probably gay. Anyway, Hanare's abilities allow her to look into her own brain and thus into anyone's mind that infiltrates into her brain by using her right eye. She can also erase all the intel she had gathered up until this point. To use this technique, she weaves hand signs by moving her eye in the specific patterns. Hanare's special technique can help her in collecting and gathering information in various areas. It was like her character was based off the concept of Kakashi himself due to the amount of the similarities between the both that they share. So following this arc, the past arc, the Locus of Konoha is what it's called, it was at this point where shit went controversial, and it was a filler in Naruto to never forget. Inoichi, Ino's father, had told Kakashi to escort her for the day and investigate her with his Sharingan because they believed she was a spy sent from somewhere, right? This had left Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke to believe that something romantic was going on between Kakashi and Hinare. To be fair, it's funny knowing that Sasuke was involved in the whole plan, well knowing that he's the most badass character in Boruto right now. So Team 7 were up in the tree and stuff, and they were spying on the pair, but they fall bumping into Kakashi. And what happened is the result of Hinare and Kakashi kissing. This was the part where everyone lost their minds. But towards the end of this filler arc, if you remember, it was revealed that she is a spy. However, she wants Kakashi to free her of her misery and to kill her. He can't catch a break. You have to remember, he's had a shit life. She is then set free by Kakashi whilst he covered her up in a fake death, knowing well that she is still alive. Now, this may be a theory, but it might be possible that they hooked up and had a secret child. We don't know. But this all comes down to Kakashi's insecurities due to him not being passionate at all in the episode, and which goes to show why he can't find love in Naruto, if you can remember that episode. There's no feeling between the two, which is kinda weird for Kakashi. So another possibility could be that the Kakashi, the copycat ninja, is known to be quite the secret pervert. We all know this. And this is due to his addiction on reading Jiraiya's novels known as Icha Icha. And these novels in general go through the experiences of Jiraiya and his encounters with females. And this book is rated 18+, so it's basically the 50 Shades of Grey of Naruto. You guys probably get the gist of what might be in this book, mainly all due to dirty topics. But Kakashi's viewing of these dirty stuff was quite intellectual because he had read it in the form of a book rather than a form of a magazine. So Kakashi's pervy side is also another reason and why he probably can't find romance, because of his addiction with reading Jiraiya's novels. You could say Kakashi's addiction has gotten the best of him because it's all kinds of things that add up really with him being antisocial and reading vulgar content. Why do you think Jiraiya died alone and did not have any offspring? Being too pervy like Master Roshi and stuff, it doesn't work out in anime tropes. Even Gaara jumped on the bandwagon of reading Jiraiya's series because he wanted to understand more about love and relationships. So I guess Kakashi isn't lonely enough to go ahead and find someone. But have you seen his face? He's the sexiest beast in the goddamn series. So many girls I've met in real life who just having conversations about Naruto, I've put him at the top 3. So this shit makes no goddamn sense, guys. So there are many theories and ships in which Naruto fans have created based upon Kakashi and his love life. For example, the most preposterous one would be Kakashi and Sakura. And I'm not gonna lie, but seeing that shit all over the internet caused me to go into cardiac arrest, guys. The most understandable shit for Kakashi would be him to marry Hinare because he did not die in this filler episode, and they could just make her canon. But I don't know, maybe Mizukage is a better choice as well, Mei Terumi, if you guys can remember her. Hopefully I pronounced her name right. But she's of similar age and she had a liking to Sasuke. I mentioned he was cute, if you guys can remember. So if this girl saw Kakashi's face, say no more, fam. So this would be one powerful pairing between Mizukage and Kakashi, as after the 4th Ninja World War, Kakashi was stated in as the 6th Hokage, right? Which would have allowed him to meet her quite a few times. And it's also known that the Mizukage is very sensitive when it comes to love and marriage, because throughout she turns into a psychotic demon when she's told that she has gone past the age of marriage, right? So that shows that she has the intention of wanting to be married, so it possibly can be Kakashi. And I wouldn't really mind the both to be paired, because that, just imagine how overpowered the children would be. 2 Kage level ninja creating a white fang haired lightning and lava release kid, bruh. So Kakashi is not to be fooled with so easily. So what I'm saying here is that they must have hooked up, or not a single soul in the Naruto series knows anything. That is kind of Kakashi's style, to be honest. Till this day people don't even know how he actually looks like. You have to think about that. Rin and Kakashi would never have worked out really, because even if Obito and Rin were still alive, Kakashi would always have that arrogance with him, and also too much pride, a bit like Sasuke when he was younger. And that's why Kakashi said younger Sasuke in the start of the series kinda reminds him of himself, of what he was like. Rin, Kakashi and Obito was a love triangle, and I don't think Kakashi is the type of guy to mess that up for anyone. After all, he did say the one who betrayed their nakama are worse than scum. He's a ride or die guy. He wouldn't do that to Obito or Rin. We all know that Masashi Kishimoto had played a massive part into why Kakashi is not settled down with any kids or a wife. Of course, Kishimoto had gone through the concept that Kakashi was always a character who was busy doing good for the village, and especially after taking upon the role of the 6th Hokage. Him becoming the Hokage would have made him even more antisocial than he already was. It's probably an escape route for Kishimoto to even include any romance into Kakashi's life. Kishimoto has openly admitted that he shies away from creating romance and couples and isn't too good at rewriting relationships and female characters. Knowing that millions of people would read these romantic stories is quite off-putting to him. I covered this in my Hinata and Naruto video if you want to know more. Looking at how busy Naruto is with becoming Hokage, but luckily was already in a relationship, how the hell is Kakashi going to find a wife in that manner? Even Tsunade didn't even find anyone. As a Hokage, you have too much responsibility and less time. Anyways, that's maybe a way Kishimoto and the directors have represented that role. But honestly speaking, you guys need to think about this. I don't think any of the Konoha 12 even got married and settled down besides Asuma having a child with Kurenai. That's really it. The way of the ninja life has been represented in Naruto and actually the contrary of real life. Baby booming would be crazy at this time, but the ninja life has been shown to have little offspring. If you've just won a war, all babies will be produced, right? But the Konoha 12 haven't even reproduced enough to replace themselves even. But then again, if Rock Lee can have a child, then it's possible for anyone in the Naruto world, let's be honest. Overall, Kakashi's experience and his pride interfering would be one of the major reasons to why he was not able to find love in Naruto or get settled down. His experience of having to lose everyone and people dying, it's all down to the mindset and goal in life to achieve a world of peace. That's his primary goal, right? He just wants everything to be peaceful. After the ending of the Naruto manga, Kishimoto was eager to release the hidens of the main characters in Naruto based upon what they all did after the 4th Great Ninja War. He of course created a Kakashi Hiden as a light novel, including the events in which led him to become the 6th Hokage. Within the light novel, Kakashi encounters a woman in a cloak as the crisis in the blood prison based upon Kakashi being an escort had gone into chaos. Kakashi's Hiden is quite a long read, so I suggest you guys read it, but this woman he encounters seems to be a bit too suspicious. The blimp in which Naruto is seen in on the Boruto the movie is playing a key role in the Hiden, whilst a couple of Haku type looking ninjas and people take over the blimp heading towards the blood prison and take hostages. As Kakashi is being an escort for something in which not even the other 5 Kage know about, he must prevent any leaked information from getting out. He encounters the woman yet again on the blimp as she is the perpetrator behind it all and wanting to crash land it on the prison to free the prisoners. This woman goes by the name of Keiho or Kayo, hopefully I pronounced that right, and similarly to Haku, she has the Kekkei Genkai, which is ice release, but she ends up getting into a battle with Kakashi as her abilities and powers surprise him. At this point her abilities is on Kage level. When Kakashi's Hiden comes towards the end, of course she surrenders because it's Kakashi Hatake of course, but Kakashi acknowledges her power to be that of a Kage level and puts her in charge of Hazuki Castle, which is the blood prison. This little interaction between the two characters may have been a sign from Kishimoto or the writers citing that it's a little encounter and it could be something bigger, as Kishimoto again included this after the end of the Naruto manga, which tells us a lot about Kakashi's history. So guys, I just covered this topic for fun. Hopefully Kakashi finds some love, but I guess it's just not written. Maybe we'll get written in the future. From my perspective, he's pretty cool, and even if we didn't get married, Kakashi will remain the same. But you know, in the Boruto series, a kid might pop out of nowhere, we just don't know these things, and the Hatake name needs to live on. Kakashi is a beast in the series. And tell us down in the comment section below, who do you think Kakashi should end up with? Should it be a new character, or what do you think he is as a character in itself? What does he represent to you? Because I just think he's awesome. And flip the Kakashi X Sakura, people. Anyway guys, I won't be hanging myself tonight just thinking about that. But anyways, be sure to smash the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do, and we'll see you guys next time.